Glacier Melt and Water Availability by Hyo. According to an article called Star for Energy, Pakistan Braces for a Water Crisis from the New York Times, Pakistan currently is facing a serious water shortage problem as one of the water-stressed countries with the availability of 1,000 cubic meters per person per year. However, the problem will get worse in 6 or 7 years with melted glaciers, wasted water, decreased rainfall, and chronic mismanagement. There are 5 environmental spheres in the Earth. The spheres are atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, ecosphere, and biosphere. In atmosphere, there are nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and argon, while hydrosphere contains water. Moreover, lithosphere contains minerals, and ecosphere is composed of living creatures. The biosphere composes everything, including the 4 spheres. Those 5 spheres interact with each other with matter and energy flowing between the spheres and can't stand by its own. And often, matter and energy flows within the spheres. According to the article, the situation in Pakistan is mainly focused on 2 spheres, hydrosphere and ecosphere. When we look closer at the hydrosphere, matter and energy flows through the sphere in several ways, and the process of water and matter flows within the spheres are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, infiltration, percolation, transpiration, and plant uptake. Those processes occur within the main storages, which are atmosphere, lake, plants, and groundwater. Atmosphere, lake, and plants refill quickly, while underground water refills slowly due to the process a drop of water needs to take to get to the groundwater, which are precipitation, infiltration, and percolation. Going back to the article, the rainfall is decreasing, which means there are less water in the process of precipitation, which reduces the amount of water underground, leading to the amount of water human can take of or the availability of water. Further, when we focus on the atmosphere, there is a cycle called carbon cycle with 6 main stages: atmosphere, surface water, deep ocean, marine life, land plants, and soil. Among the stages, atmosphere, surface water, marine life, and land plants refill quickly, while deep ocean and soil refill slower. Within the cycle, matter and energy flows in several ways, and since the storages work together, a change in an aspect affects the whole cycle. For example, in the article, a change, more carbon created by the human, affected the whole cycle by warming up the atmosphere, which caused global warming and more glaciers to melt, becoming one of the causes of water shortage in Pakistan. As mentioned before, the spheres interact with each other. Similarly, the hydrologic cycle and carbon cycle are connected and interact with each other. As for example, in both cycles, plant photosynthesizes by taking water and carbon. These interactions help the matter to flow and energy to flow and leave the earth as heat. But due to the connections, a change in one aspect of the cycle affects another. For instance, if there are more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and cause the temperature to increase, the plants will grow faster with more carbon, but more water from groundwater will be needed for their growth, while humans are taking the water as well. Then, the connection causes the water shortage. Going back to the article, melting glaciers can be explained scientifically in 2 interactive aspects. When the temperature of the atmosphere increases due to human burning fuels and coals, more glaciers will melt by the impact. Then the albedo takes place. Albedo is the percentage of reflected light. Relating to the water shortage in Pakistan, as more glaciers melt, the rate of glaciers melting increases exponentially. When some glaciers melt and the ground is exposed, due to the fact that darker colors do not reflect the sunlight as much as the white colors do, the ground gets warmed up, which causes the glacier to melt faster by the conduction of heat. The water shortage in Pakistan is a serious problem with different causes and effects. However, fortunately, there are solutions. Firstly, the glacier melt is caused by the global warming, which is caused by human burning fuels and coals. Thus, if people choose better future than the current convenience with industries and decrease the amount of burning fuels and coal, the glaciers won't melt. Secondly, albedo affects the glacier to melt as well. Hence, in order to stop albedo from happening, white plastic blocks can be placed on the ground around the glaciers that are exposed by the melt of snow. This is a solution the scientists are using to stop albedo, and scientifically, the amount of glacier that melts will decrease since white color reflects more sunlight and do not get warmed up. Lastly, the water system should be balanced. In any systems, there are three parts: input, output, and storage. Then, the input and the output should be balanced for the system to work. However, in this case, people use too much water while the groundwater is slowly refilled, which caused the shortage. Therefore, the input and the output should be balanced, which means people should take less water. Overall, the water shortage in Pakistan is a serious problem with several causes and impacts, and unfortunately, there are several developing countries that are in the same situation. However, the causes are clear and understandable with the knowledge related to science, and therefore, there are solutions.